Today is September 4th, 2024, 6:02 in the morning. I am here at my house, waiting till it's time to wake up my baby and get her ready for school. And I wanted to make a video in the meantime talking, because I'm scrolling through Facebook right now and just trying to relax. I think it's important to take time every day out of our days to de-stress, to relax, to let go of all the frustrations and worries and anxieties that have held us throughout the day in whatever we were doing, and just breathe and feel, think, and be at peace. There's moments that we have to take throughout the day to do that if we want to stay healthy, if we want to stay strong in our souls, in our bodies, in our minds, in our hearts, especially in our hearts. Because if you let that stress eat you away, you're going to be left with a lot of pain. A lot of pain. And it's going to affect you everywhere, especially in your heart. And I don't just mean that physically, like in the sense that you're gonna get a heart disease or a stroke or something along those serious lines, but I'm talking about losing your empathy, losing your concern, your feelings for others, because you're just so overwhelmed with everything else that you just can't. And so this post was reminding me of that. The very fact that I'm trying to de-stress and relax it doesn't really work when you're on Facebook. There's just too much going on. It's probably my fault. But anyways, it made me think about my work and what I'm doing and what I've been wanting to do, what I haven't done yet for different reasons. And it just makes me think about it all again when I'm seeing it. The post I'm referring to is from a Facebook user by the name of Kayla. I think Vasquez was her last name. Who was asking a question on a pet group, the For the Love of Pets in Laredo here, if they could share their input on whatever nonprofits that they are aware of that exist in the city, because she wants to compile a list of data that shows the actual problem that we have here in Laredo for strays, for animal strays. And it just gets me to thinking when I see that, because I remember when I was younger, I had a stronger, I guess, concern for animals over humans. And I think that was mostly in part because I didn't truly understand the depth of corruption and the level of evil that exists on the planet, that's in higher powers and higher authorities that keep people in this trapped way of life where they're just stuck and they feel there's no way out. And that made me feel, as I got older, more sympathy for humans and animals, because I started to see the world differently and understand more why people are the way they are, and what things how things happen, and why they play out and stuff, and so it made me have more sympathy for humans, and it made me also understand that if you really want to help solve the issue of animal strays, and the issue with the population of animals that need help in the world, you need to solve the human crisis first, the human issues, because the humans are the ones that are causing this issue of animals, to be a thing. Even it's because of us that animals are, being have been domesticated, and now they're, being released, and they live in this awkward world, and we've, come into their world and territories just to make it our own, in our own way, that's away from the natural way of life, of nature. And and the animals just start basically living in our world, the way they, know how, as animals. So I was reading another post where another animal activist, in Texas here, but she talks a lot in Laredo about Laredo stuff. Um, how she was saying that education is the most important thing, that we need to educate people, and that's true. We do. Education is the most important thing, because that will awaken people to what the true nature of things, and what they can do, how they can, make things better. And in order to do that, you have to reach people. You have to go and talk to people. You have to get to know people, and make that process, and people need help too. You'll find that a lot, I'm sure, in that work of trying to educate people, how people are needing help just as much. A lot of people would love to foster animals and keep them, but they just don't have the money. They don't have the time. They don't have the ability to be able to spend all of that energy into another, a whole endeavor like that. And it's not their fault. They're living in a world where they have to pay bills. They have to, do this and that in order to survive for themselves, for their families. And you cannot get mad at them for trying to, sustain themselves. You can't blame them for that. That's what they're supposed to do. So going back to that data collection post, it's a great idea, and it would show, really, really show how bad the issue of animal control population here in Laredo is, and the just the overall issues with animals here. But if they compiled a list of the data of the amount of people that are in dire need of help as well, that need clothes, that need food, that need a place to live, that need light, that need water, here in Laredo at this moment, it would be astonishing to people how many people are willing to struggle in silence, you know, rather than, go and ask more, than what they already have. And I say that because I know that even though I have tons of people that reach out every day looking for help for this and that, I know that there's like thousands more that are silent, that are not asking, that are too prideful. They would rather die alone with no electricity running in their house than go ask for help because of how broken they are. So So I just wish people would be more understanding of each other. Even in the world of rescuing, like they're talking about how like there was a new nonprofit that just popped up, Freedom Ranch Laredo, that were like the big talk of the town, and they were you know advertising on the news and stuff, and they had this idea of having being able to, I guess, take in all the strays in Laredo, but they filled up right away. It's not as easy as it seems. Each dog needs a certain standard of care and attention, and you have to have the resources and manpower for that. If you don't have that, then you can't. You could have all the space in the world. You can't do it if you just have a few people. You need the help. You need the assistance. And it's hard to find that, especially in this world where the economy is constantly like getting worse, to where I have to work two jobs. I have to work two fucking jobs just to sustain myself. I work almost every day. The only days I have off are the days that I call off so I could rest for a little bit. Because if I don't, then I will literally be working every fucking day just to pay my bills. Every single fucking day, I have to make money to survive. Like, just to barely make ends meet. Not even like to have extra, like, spending money to go out, just to pay my bills. Maybe I go out once or twice, but, it's not much. Just pay my bills, feed myself, have gas, and buy my essentials that I need. And that's it. And I go, without a lot. I'm using fucking boxes for tables as furniture right now. Cardboard boxes. Because I just can't afford to buy furniture. I don't have that extra spending money. I could probably get credit and go and get it that way, but then I have more debt that I have to pay. So it's just a vicious cycle. And that's just the way it is, because that's the economy right now, how it is. It didn't used to be like that, but it is now. It used to be actually more affordable when you got a lower income back in the day, because the goods were not as expensive in comparison to your income as they are now. Which is ironic, because you'd think with the amount of manufacturing that has grown that the goods would be, cheaper, and they're made more cheaply. Like, why the fuck are they getting more expensive? Oh, because they're just raising the prices. That's why. They're just getting more money. That's why. And we just keep buying them. Keep buying the stuff because we have no other choice. It's not a lot of options. That's what I want my store, Karmic Quirks, to be. Just nothing but like small business or American made family items that are more affordable than the stuff that we get sent from over there. And everything, I wanted to have everything like American made. Because we need to build our country back, bring it back from the cesspool that it's been getting to. I see it every day when I go to work. All the homeless people there. It's sad and it sucks, but that's what it is. It just looks like a cesspool of people just giving up and like existing. Not even there, really. Just a lot of them are not there. They're there, but they're not there. And knowing that some of them are selling drugs to the others, and but they're there too, needing help and asking for services and looking pathetic, needing obvious, you know, mental help interference. Like, really, I don't know why it's not a law just to have people like that. Like, if you're literally on the street just passed out, drunk, or literally like all high on something, just passed out, you should just be taken into a mental institution. Like, obviously, like, you're at rock bottom. Why are we letting these people just be on the streets and just dying, literally dying? Like, there's constant overdoses, and then we just let them go back and just do it again. They're just there. Like, why don't we take them in and institutionalize them and help rehabilitate them? Like, really try to do it and not just let them fend for themselves. Like, that's what, if we were to do that, show that we actually cared about people in that sense, and to the point where we would use our resources to take them out of the community and rehabilitate them until they're ready to be reintegrated back in, where they can sustain themselves and handle themselves and not be causing destruction and chaos all around them. Because that's all they do. That's all they fucking do. I mean, not all of them, every single one of them, but the ones that are there perpetually, that's all they do. Play out a drama, play out a chaotic scene, because they're crying for help. They're crying for help, for attention. They need it. So I see nothing wrong with taking them into an institution. I don't mean the institutions from back in the fucking 50s where we did lobotomies and we fucking like literally destroyed them or made them worse. I mean actually rehabilitated them, house them in a room where they are able to, you know, have it as their own, but obviously there's rules they have to follow. They have to do this and that. They get them prepared to live back in the real world. Give them counseling, give them whatever they need, treat them humanely, treat them like they matter, and get them feeling like they can get back on their feet on their own. And drug rehabilitation really needs to be implemented into that, like, strongly somehow. I don't know. There's so many things they can do. Like, they can implement yoga. That's something. That's another thing. Like, that I guess I'm afraid of too. Honestly, because I'm afraid, like, when I start giving out all my ideas, that I'm gonna have to be put like in charge of things, like to organize and coordinate them. And it's not that I couldn't do it. It's just it's like more things to add on to me, and I don't get enough of this time that I have right now, that I'm doing right now, where I'm just with myself and my own thoughts, processing things, feeling my emotions, and just at peace. I don't get a lot of this, and I want to keep this. I've wanted more of it, but I can't. I just don't have the time. And so if I start making, proposals and putting ideas out there, then I'll be responsible, for doing it. And it's like there's another thing I was supposed to ask about, like birthday celebrations, monthly birthday celebrations for the residents, and I haven't done that. And I haven't done that because I haven't even um, reassessed my clients that I need to reassess. And I'm needing that to do that already for uh someone else at work that wants me to complete certain things, and I haven't done that. And I haven't done that because I'm busy like assessing new people that are coming and asking for help every day and crying and telling me their stories and begging. And so I get overwhelmed with everything. Like it's so fucking overwhelming. And I'm just like, I just want to breathe for a little bit, you know? And I don't want to take on more tasks right now. I don't like, and I know that sounds selfish, and it is selfish. It's selfish, but you have to be a little bit selfish in order to maintain your health and your sanity and your own well-being. You have to. If you completely give every little bit of yourself to everybody, like it's gonna, they're gonna eat you alive. It's gonna eat you alive, and I will not be fucking eaten alive. No, I am not a fucking prey in this world. Just because I care and I'm, giving and I want to help and stuff, I am not a fucking prey. And I can help the most wildest animal, but as soon as that animal tries to turn on me, it's not gonna like me much after that. I promise you. And that's my struggle. That's my biggest struggle right there. Finding that balance between showing that wild animal that I can be just as wild if I have to, and I will if I have to. I don't want to, but I will. So, yeah. I guess that's what makes me struggle more in trying to find this balance of peace. So, as long as I can get that strength back in me where I'm like not letting somebody get to me to that point, where I'm just about to snap on them, then I can move forward more. But right now, it's like, I'm not quite there yet. Almost, but not quite. And I'm gonna go now because I gotta wake up my baby and get the day started.